I remember it like it was yesterday when Call of Duty Mobile released globally. It was October 1st, Monday, 2019. I remember my friend showing it to me early in the morning, and I just instantly fell in love with it. I was already a fan of the Call of Duty series, and when I played the game, I was not disappointed. I was surprised the fact that it was even compatible for my iPhone, but it blew my expectations. The game worked flawlessly. The game was extremely fun and entertaining to play, and it retained essence from fan favorite Call of Duty titles like Modern Warfare and Black Ops. And going back to what I said earlier, it just blew my mind how the game just worked so well on my iPhone, let alone the fact it was compatible. It didn't show any signs of lagging, even on school Wi-Fi. The game ran just so well, and it just made it even better. But this would all change after the release of Season 3. After the release of Season 3, low-end devices felt an increase in lag like they have never felt before. The game that, for the most part, ran so well beforehand with the occasional broken match was just completely unplayable after. The game would freeze multiple times a match every match, and the frame rate was just overall low and inconsistent compared to what it was like before. Events in-game were not synchronized all the way, which led to inconsistent damage and character model placements, along with some other bugs. And while the game used to crash a lot more back then than it does now, everything else still applies today, and it probably is worse from what I can tell. It was very clear to these players that something had changed between Season 2 and 3 that made the game much more laggy than it was beforehand. In today's video, I intend to address this problem that's been plaguing low-end device players since the beginning of Season 3, and how it's not just the device, and possibly we can even fix it. I've been playing and recording videos for Call of Duty Mobile ever since Season 1, and I can prove to you that there's been a visible increase in lag. Here's Season 1 gameplay to show you what it was like when the game first launched. Sorry if the gameplay isn't impressive, I'm just trying to keep it short.
Capture the objectives. B.
Reloading! Enemy down! Tango
Lost the
Dipper!
lead. We captured Charlie.
Sniper eliminated!
UAV online. We tied for the lead. Lost
Enemy
the lead.
down!
As you can see, the game wasn't lagging at all, and my frame rate was consistent throughout the entire match. Now here's some Season 2 gameplay.
Reloading.
It's too close. Fight harder. UAV
At the
recon
beginning of the
standing.
game, it froze for a second, but other than that, the rest of the game was flag-free, and the frame rate was consistent throughout the entire match. Now let's see some Season 3 gameplay. Now you can clearly see at the beginning of the game, I freeze again, but this time much longer. I also died, and my gun wouldn't load, and then after a couple of seconds, I was sitting there without a gun, and I couldn't even shoot. Then you had that point in the game where I looked at someone, had my crosshair directly on him, sniped, and it counted as me hitting the wall, even though my crosshair wasn't even close. And that wasn't even the worst of it. This is what my game looks like today on a daily basis. As you can see, the game is extremely laggy. I constantly freeze. people just look like they're teleporting all around, and overall the game is just low when it comes to frame rate. And the frame rate itself, even then, is very consistent. Even then, most of the time, it's worse than that. It's gone so bad that I've stopped recording videos because, I mean, there's really no point. If it's gonna be that laggy, there's not even a reason to put out content. My channel was dead before, my channel is dead after. At this point, I just want to get people to learn about this so we can at least try to fix it, if it's a fixable problem, which there's a chance it isn't. But at the same time, the fact that it just started happening in season 8 lets me believe it's a bug, since if it was the game performance being worse on lower-down devices, then why is it just happening after Season 3? Wouldn't it have happened beforehand? Not much of the game, except for like some small content, was added from Season 2 to Season 3. And honestly, even then, that wouldn't explain why the entire game is lacking and not just certain areas. It's not just me. It's basically every low-end device player. Here's some people I just found on the internet, and keep in mind that there's a very low percentage of people in the Call of Duty community who are on very low-end devices. So I'm just going to post the ones I was able to find up here. And the main reason that I couldn't find anything outside that is that this issue is not very addressed much. In fact, I haven't seen really anybody else make a video on this. It's really, really, really unknown, and that's a problem since it makes every game you play unplayable or very difficult. And like the guy said, it especially happens on ranked. I don't know what it is about ranked, but it just puts so much more strain on your phone. Playing ranked on iPhone 6 or just, no, not just iPhone 6, any low-end device, yeah, have fun, buddy. No, I'd like to see someone do a challenge where they go all the way to legendary on any low-end device. Just send me a link there. You already got my subscription. Anyways, if you want to help out, if you're a content creator, post a video about this on your channel. Doesn't even have to include mine. Don't even give me credit. Just post a video. Try to get as many people to spread the word about it. Just tell everybody about the issue. Try to get it known out there. And if you're just a person who just watches YouTube or does anything that involves Call of Duty mobile content on social media, just post about it as much as you can. Just type it in many comments as much as you want. Just make sure you get it out to as many people. And if it somehow reaches Call of Duty mobile, maybe they click it to it. And if it's a glitch, they might be able to fix it. And if not, at least we'll know.